Hi, I'm Justin Pritchard. This is the latest Ford F-150. It's got a new body. We'll show you the new interior in a moment, but arguably this time around for the latest version of Ford's best-selling pickup, the big advancements to engineering, design, and technology are all taking place under the skin. Starting with this, EcoBoost. This is the new little one, a tiny for a truck 2.7 liter V6. Given that very small displacement, you might think it's got about as much torque as a wristwatch, but twin turbos work towards V8-like performance with 325 horsepower and, more importantly, 375 pounds of torque available from right off of idle from this small displacement Big Boost 6. The big EcoBoost is a 3.5, which makes it 365 horsepower, and if you like, there's a conventional pair of non-turbo engines too, a 3.5 liter V6 and a 5 liter V8. And those are just the power plants available in the F-150 right now. You can rest assured Ford's probably working on a couple of other ones too. So why all of these different engine options? Well, fairly simple. Shoppers want choice, and lots of it. And today's shopper is smarter than ever, and they want more choices in engines that aren't making them pay for capability at the pumps that they don't need. Part of that goal of reducing the pinch at the pumps comes from under the skin stuff. Auto Stop, for instance, trims at wasted fuel use by shutting the engine off when it would otherwise be idling. Then there's fuel-saving stuff that's not under the skin because it is the skin. This new F-150's body is made out of aluminum, which, in case you've never held a pop can, is pretty light and strong and reduces the F-150's weight by up to 700 pounds. Horsepower and torque are the go-to bragging figure for most truck guys, but this new F-150 might start getting them to think power-to-weight ratio, because this little EcoBoost will keep right up with most of the big V8s out there, and it goes like absolute hell. Of course, fast isn't really the point of a pickup, and this one's also effortless, cruising in traffic at light throttle while hardly braking 1500 revs and making barely a peep. It's all about that torque, and here there's lots of it at low RPM, and it never feels like this engine's working very hard at all. Mileage? After 1,242 clicks in the tester, I measured 14.6 liters per 100 clicks overall, split about evenly between city, highway, and backroads driving. That's pretty good in real life, about on par with the big family crossover driven similarly, but the tester wasn't broken in, was driving in the cold, and was rolling on these not-so-fuel-efficient all-terrain tires too. Nothing much we haven't seen before back here in the box. There's a step built into the tailgate so you can hop up and do your truck guy things more easily if you like, and steps built into the side for easy access to your cargo. These pop out after you poke them with your foot, theoretically anyways. There's a cool new rear window which modernizes the look with its frameless design, and a new dual-pane moonroof lets in plenty of rays on nice days and makes the monster cabin appear even bigger than it already is. When it's dark, there are these LED spotlights on the side mirrors if you need some extra lighting, and more bright, low-energy LED lights to light up the box. This household power outlet keeps things charged up on the go, and there's another one in the rear seat. Handy stuff. That rear seat is massive, heaps of space, seats that flip and fold and have storage beneath them, so you could fit 4 big guys into this thing with room to spare. And in back or up front, you'll find heaps of storage for your stuff, including the center console storage cavern sitting under your arm. I loved this. I could almost put all of my camera gear inside. Other innovative touches include the capless refueling, forget fiddling with a fuel cap like a peasant. As well, there are these rear seat belts that inflate to spread more crash forces over more of the torso, enhancing safety. There's the sync infotainment system, which is getting a bit old these days, but still works fairly well, often consistently, and with a productive voice command interface once you learn how to talk to it. So how does she ride? Well, I figured just the way a truck guy will probably like. This FX4 grade tester gets a more off-road focused setup, tougher shocks key among the upgrades. The off-road chassis calibration turned in a relatively relaxed ride on smooth roads and highways, and maintains comfort levels on uneven city streets too. On the rougher stuff, mud ruts, gravel, washboards, or just any road here in Sudbury where I live, the ride can get quite busy and abrupt. I find it feels tough and rugged and manly, and I like it. You will too, especially if you've got a big dirty beard and enjoy wearing plaid. But be sure you don't find it uncomfortable on a test drive by being absolutely sure to visit a rough road. The FX4 also adds a locking rear differential, since one-wheel peels are for sissies and skid plates are mounted beneath for laying the smackdown on whatever you're driving over. Steering is notable too, likely on account of the reduced weight and some revised calibrations. F-150 steering now feels expertly matched to the size, weight, and tuning of this machine. It's not too quick, not too light, and just a nice calibration between effort and ratio that works well towards the overall package. It lightens up at parking lot speeds too, making it easier to park this giant road beast. Other notables, the standard halogen headlights are decent, the factory stereo is pretty good, and the brakes are powerful, though the pedal lacks much meaningful feel and could be more precise. So let's sum up Ford's latest twin-turbocharged, lightweight, and thoughtfully equipped pickup sales superstar, shall we? You'll like the numerous modern touches, handy and thoughtful feature content, the EcoBoost engine's bang-on blend of power and efficiency, the massive interior, and the relaxed highway ride that's not too bouncy and not too loud. You might dislike the placement of the window switches, the ride on some surfaces depending on your preferences, and on my watch the sync system was a little fussy, sometimes lagging and failing to react, and I just couldn't get those side-mounted assist steps to work at all. End of the day, the standard appeal with this new F-150 will be the innovative and modern feature content. There are tons of little touches on this truck that add up, and more so the promise of great fuel mileage to fit your needs with a range of engines and the truck market's best use yet of lightweight engineering. So whether you're using your truck for this, or just for taking your best buddy out to the field to play some ball, the new F-150 will keep you moving with higher performance and lower fuel consumption. Of course, there are other fuel-saving big trucks out there. I love this Dodge Ram Eco Diesel. It's a torque monster and gets silly good mileage if you cough up the cash for its diesel engine. And the new generation GM trucks turn in pretty darn good mileage from a conventional EcoTech V8, which doesn't cost extra like that Eco Diesel or the EcoBoost. Eco trucks, they're a thing now, a big one, and if you're test driving one, be sure to test drive all three.